How many of you think that we have a water shortage in Hillsborough County? Okay, I have some work to do then. The world is 3/5 water. We have, in Florida, 3 sides covered with more water than the volume of the entire state, many times over. The surface is covered with lakes and rivers. Underneath we have this aquifer that pours down through the entire state from the Georgia border all the way to the Everglades. In fact, it makes the Everglades. We don't have a water shortage. That's not to say we don't have a water problem. We actually have 2 water problems. See, the problem we have with water is it's not distributed evenly. The world has deserts and it has swamps. Here we have a rainy season and we have a dry season. These are problems. Too much water, not enough water. Here it's really acute. We need to be able to do something to level that out so that we don't have periods where we're taking more water out of the system than we're putting in, or we have so much water we can't get rid of it fast enough. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about solutions to those problems. We also have a land problem. I'm not going to say we have a land shortage, because we don't. We have plenty of land. We do have problems with the way we use it. How many, by show of hands, put out 1 can of garbage a week? How about 2 cans or more of garbage a week? You add it up, we probably put 800 to 1,000 gallons of garbage a week, just out of this little group, not counting the other 1 million people that live in Hillsborough County. That is why in Florida, the only mountains we have are man-made garbage mountains, where they take all this stuff and they just pile it up and pile it up and pile it up. And they're all over the state. We can do better than that. Those are problems that are serious. Another one that you may not even be aware of is the invasion. We are being invaded. And it's not by some ethnic group. It's not because people are here illegally or legally. In fact, it's not people at all. It's plants and animals. In this area, you've all heard of kudzu. It's a plant that's taking over the South. It's climbing trees and killing ancient trees. Down in Miami area, they have a tree that's called a melaleuca. Somebody thought it was good to plant one. Now it's destroying entire cypress farms that have been there for 1,000 years. It just grows and grows and grows. Recently, the snakes have become a real big problem down in the Everglades. They've got boa constrictors that the alligators run from. It's terrible. And one of these days, somebody's going to take a tank filled with piranha and say, I don't want these anymore, and throw them in a river or lake. Can you imagine what's going to happen to the entire ecosystem of Florida when you step into the water and your leg gets gnawed off? These are serious problems. Some of them we can do a lot about ourselves, some of them we can't. Hillsborough County, whether you know it or not, is 48% rural. We think of this as a big city. We're really not. We've got a lot of agriculture here. We produce 88% of all the strawberries. We produce goldfish. I don't know if you know that tropical fish is one of the largest industries in Hillsborough County. And it produces, I can't remember how much, of the entire country's worth of tropical fish. It's a real booming industry in this area. It's all considered rural agriculture. Tomatoes, we do 10% of all that comes from Florida. A lot of stuff comes from Florida. It comes from Hillsborough County into Florida and into the world in agriculture. And when looked at from the outside, we're considered an agricultural county. Hillsborough County Cooperative Extension is there to help those farmers, but it's also there to help us. The thing I want to impart to everybody today and to try to get you to buy into is to use that cooperative extension. It's one of the best rated in the entire country. We're not talking about Green Acres and Mr. Kimball, who couldn't speak and couldn't remember 2 seconds what he was doing. These people are sharp. They know what they're doing. They're well trained. They've got volunteers that take the equivalent of a college degree course in agriculture, helping them. They're called master gardeners. And they're there to help us city folk do the things that come natural to farmers. Each and every day, at a library somewhere in this county, one of those master gardeners is teaching a course, 1 hour meeting, and they get together and they'll talk about landscaping with cactus or potted plants, how to make your grass greener, all these little different things, architecture for a small apartment, if you have a small apartment, things you can do to have some green around the apartment. Each and every one of them are free to Hillsborough County residents. The most significant thing that they teach, though, is a series of Saturday morning sessions on waste management and water management. Talk about those for a second. First one is called is WaterWise. WaterWise is just basically how to use water around your yard. Basics of micro-irrigation, proper use of the sprinkler systems if you have one, and doing things to make life more manageable with water so you don't overuse water. I guarantee you, everybody in this room that has a lawn is overwatering it. Even if you follow the guidelines that are set so that you only water on certain days, I guarantee you, you're watering on those certain days even if it's pouring rain. You don't need to do that. If you go to your local Lowe's or Home Depot and you have a problem with your lawn or your garden and you bring in a plant and you say, what's wrong with this? They will sell you this wonderful stuff that contains pesticides and plant food and all these chemicals that'll fix your problem. Your problem may be just water. The cooperative extension, you bring those plants into them and they will look at it as like a doctor. And they will give you a diagnosis and tell you what's wrong with it and prescribe exactly what you need to fix it. It may be just a chinch bug that you can spray a little natural copper insecticide on. Or it may be too much water. Just tell you, take 1 day out of the watering week. And they'll fix your problems for you. They'll do it. Usually they'll do it for free. Once in a while they'll say, maybe we need to test your soil, in which case they got soil testing there, very inexpensive. You could probably test your entire lawn for under 10 bucks. And they'll tell you what your chemicals you need in your soil to make it better so that your lawn grows. One of the things that you want to consider is using them anytime you have a problem instead of going down to Lowe's and discussing it with them. Their second course, rain barrels. You say, rain barrels? I'm in the city. I mean, just rain barrel. Rain run off is horrible. Comes from your roof, goes under your lawn, picks up all the chemicals in your lawn that your lawn didn't use, and then it moves on, goes across your sidewalk, picks up all the leftovers on the sidewalk, all the residue from the people and the animals that use the sidewalk, and sometimes they don't clean it up. And then it goes into the road. Oh, and the road. It loves the road. can pick up all the gasoline, all the tar, all the oil, all the used rubber that's laying around on the road, and it'll sweep it all into the system. And it goes flushing down and runs into the Hillsborough Bay and into the waterways. And guess what? We pump it out of there and drink it. That's why a good rain barrel is good, because it'll stop that water coming off your roof. You collect it. It's pretty clean there. You can use it to wash your car, clean the tools in your yard, even spot water your plants. Saves a lot of runoff. Makes the bays and rivers much clearer. My third is my favorite. Compost. How much garbage can you save? Think about it. You got these leaves in your yard. You rake them up, you put them on the side, and they take them and they dump them in the mountain. Your grass, they dump that in the mountain. Take all that stuff, make a compost pile. Take all the stuff that you have in your kitchen, all the vegetable matter, put that in compost. Cardboard boxes, all the white material from your junk mail, that can all go in compost. And what does that do? It's a win-win. You got your compost, you take that stuff, it biodegrades, and you put it on your lawn. You don't need any fertilizer. That's all chemicals. This is all natural. Your lawn is green. The mountain is lower. Everything is much better. Use the cooperative extension. I'm going to send everybody in this club a link this afternoon. When you get home, look at it. Once a month they offer these classes on Saturday morning. Use them. Use those classes. And finally, one more thing. Not only do they offer these classes, but they'll give you $100 worth of stuff. They give you a rain barrel, compost bin, drip irrigation system. All of these things are available. You just go to the class, and as long as you're a Hillsborough County resident, it is free. Compost happens, rainwater happens, and we can take care of them here. Thank you.